An elliptical arch is 10 feet wide at the base and 13 feet tall in the middle. Find an equation for the ellipse. Okay. Then use your equation to find the height of the arch exactly 2 feet horizontally from one of the endpoints at the base of the arch, not from the center. Okay, so we're dealing with an elliptical arch. Now, keep in mind that this is the entire ellipse, but we're just doing the top half of this ellipse. We know that the base is 10 feet total, and it's 13 feet high. So this one's 13, this one's 10. If we were to superimpose an x-axis and a y-axis on here, I just figured out from where I place the x and y, the center is 0, 0. This point here would actually be 5, 0. So this is the length 5. Because the whole base is 10. That means from the center, 5 to the right, 5 to the left. And it's up 13. This is what I need for the standard form for an ellipse. The standard form equation for an ellipse is x minus h quantity squared over, say, call it a squared, plus y minus k quantity squared over b squared equals 1. We have the center, so it'll be x squared over and plus y squared over and equals 1. And now if we take a look at the numbers underneath, in the x direction, we're to the right 5. That's our x direction. Underneath the x squared goes 5 squared, or 25. In the y direction, we have 13 in the y direction from the center to the edge of the ellipse, 13. So this would be 13 squared. Now 13 squared is 169. So if you wanted to simplify, you would write it 169. However, you could also write it 13 squared. Now we want to find the height 2 feet from an end point. So whether it's 2 feet this way, we want the height, call it h, or we could do it over here, 2 feet. The height should be the same height. Doesn't matter because of the symmetry. But it's not 2 feet from the center. So if we recognize where this point is, this point up here specifically, this is the point x equals 3, y is the height. If we were to plug that into our equation, we would get 3 squared over 25 plus h squared over 169 equals 1. This is an equation from which we can solve h. Okay, h squared over 169 is going to be 1. I'm going to subtract the 9/25. Then I'm going to multiply by 169. I'm not doing much simplification because they asked about decimal places. So h is the square root. Now typically plus or minus, however it doesn't make sense here because height is positive. We're just going to do the principal square root. 169. That's a weird looking 9. There we go. 1 minus 9 over 25. Okay, so let's pull out a calculator and check this work, at least find this answer. Square root 169 parenthesis 1 minus 9 divided by 25, close the inside parenthesis, close the square root parenthesis. We're looking for, it's just giving us 10.4. That seems really nice. Since it does say round to 10.4, round to 2 decimal places, 10.40 would be the appropriate answer. And it is height feet. Let's give it a nice story answer for this story problem. Okay, I hope this helps.